Welcome to Resonate, the music mindset and marketing podcast. I'm your host, Ross Ledbetter from Tryfan Music, where each week we help independent recording artists like you record and release their music so they can succeed in today's new music business. And before we begin, if you'd like to learn the 6 steps to becoming successful in 2025, then download the free Recording Artist Toolkit. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should be in the boxes below. But this week, we are discussing how to get it right before you release that track and making it a radio-ready single. This is part 2 of our series, Release Your Single Like a Pro. So, let's dive in. Now, you've planned your release, you've set your goals, and you know your audience. That's fantastic. But here's the next big question. Is your track actually ready to be released? Before you hit upload, you've got one chance to make a first impression. That means making your single as professional, polished, and impactful as possible, both sonically and visually. So here's a series of steps to walk through. Step 1, get the right production team, or DIY it well. Ask yourself honestly, does this song reflect your best work? Whether you're working with a producer, a mixing engineer, or doing it yourself, here's some key elements of a radio-ready track. You need a strong vocal performance. You need a balanced, clear mix. You need a professional master with a consistent volume, and you need attention to detail. That's no loose endings, awkward fades, or clipping. And here's a top tip. Reference commercial tracks in your genre whilst mixing and mastering. If your track sounds noticeably quieter or muddier than theirs, then go back to the drawing board and discuss it with your producer. Step 2, don't skip the mastering stage. Mastering ensures that your track sounds great on all devices. That includes earbuds, in the car, and also at home speakers. You want to make sure that it meets the streaming platform's standards, so just check out what Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube require. And it has consistent loudness, EQ balances, and a dynamic range. Whether you're using a mastering engineer or quality AI mastering service, there are a few out there now such as Lander and Cloudbounce, this step is non-optional in 2025. You can learn how to do this yourself if you've got those skills and interests in mixing and mastering, or my advice is to find a good producer or a mastering engineer within your network that can really help you produce the tracks that you need. Step 3, get killer artwork that tells the story. Your cover art is also your first impression. So this is the artwork that will show up on the likes of Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, socials like Instagram, playlists, and much more. Your artwork needs to be in a certain format. So it needs to be high resolution. It needs at least to be 3000 by 3000 pixels, and ideally in a JPEG format. It should be eye-catching, even at a thumbnail size. It should match your brand as a musician and also the genre that you are making music in. And ideally, it shouldn't contain any unnecessary text, such as prices, URLs, or any offensive content. If it does, you run the risk that Spotify may object and reject it. And if you do need any help with the creation of your artwork, there are a number of great resources out there like 5R, Canva, or of course you can work with a really good graphic designer friend that can help you get a long way. Okay, step 4. Before you upload the track to your distributor, you need to prepare your metadata. You'll need to input a series of details, such as your artist name. This must match your DSP profiles, your song title. Okay, watch out for any typos. Something called an ISRC code. This is usually given to you by your distributor. any songwriting or producer credits, your genre or subgenre, and of course, the all important, your release date. This information helps Spotify and Apple know how to categorize your track and also who to push your track to. And it also, of course, ensures that you get paid properly when it comes to royalties later on. Step 5, before you release, test it on real ears. Give it to a few trusted musician friends and get their honest feedback. Perhaps there are non-musician listeners in your target audience or growing fan base that you can get some feedback on as well. And of course, listen to your producer, any other professional music people in your network, such as a vocal coach or a musical director if you have one, and ask them some of these questions. Would you add this song, for instance, to your playlist? What does it remind you of? Who does it remind you of in your genre or field? And does anything feel a bit off, unfinished, or unpolished? Getting good quality feedback from people that you know and trust is pivotal to a successful release. So here's a few final thoughts. Releasing a song is like sending a version of yourself into the world. So don't rush it, be patient, and give it the time and the polish that it deserves. And here's some actions for you to complete this week. Check that your track's mix and mastering and artwork and metadata is all correct. Ask yourself, would I stop and listen to this if I saw it online or heard it on the radio for the first time? Now, there's a lot to consider when you are releasing and uploading your song. So if you need help with your tracks or indeed with your own release, then get in touch with us here at Tryfan Music and let's book in a free discovery call and see if we're a good fit together. You can also download the Recording Artist Toolkit, and that will walk you through these 6 steps you need to succeed in today's new music business. I hope you found this week's second part of a 6-part series helpful. You can help me by clicking the bell notification, hitting the red subscribe button, and that way you'll be the first to know when we upload the next series. And until the next series, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for listening.